Paradise every time she closed her eyes. So lying underneath those stormy skies, she said, "Oh, I know the sun must set to rise." Wow, guys. This reading, now, I know the sun must set to rise. It was on my spirit. To I'm just going to say it like this. This is a message, okay? This is a message that is reflecting the energy of Pluto and Aquarius, okay? I think I wrote a post about this. I know you guys feel the shift in the energy with Pluto finally moving into Aquarius. Finally taking root, okay? In the very, very early degrees. The 0 point, actually. The 0 point of Aquarius, okay? So, as I was preparing to do this message, I kept hearing the song Paradise by Coldplay. And we're going to get real deep into it, but with Pluto in Aquarius, it's the end of the world as we know it. And I've been talking about this for a while, but this is just the very crowning of the baby's head through the birth canal, okay? And its first moments coming out of the womb into the world, okay? That's the 0 point energy. We are in a space of accelerated advancement. We are in this phoenix moment, this phoenix rising energy, like in the Coldplay song Paradise. It speaks about the very last lyric that I read. So lying underneath those stormy skies, she said, "Oh, I know the sun must set to rise." The sun setting to rise is like Pluto leaving Capricorn and moving into Aquarius. The sun is setting on those heavier, denser, restrictive energies, the energies of the patriarchy, the energies of, it goes so far back. It goes so deep. The energies that I'm feeling surrounding Capricorn, okay, when Pluto was in Capricorn, and how there are still energies that are kind of hanging on for dear life. But there's been a crowning of the head, and we are in it. We're in it, and this crowning is the sun rising. The sun must set to rise, okay? The sun must set to rise, and it's funny how during the meditative and session in the pre-shuffle, I wanted to say the predatory. I don't know why that came out, but I'm sure that will come up. That will come through. during the meditative session in the pre-shuffle, this sun card came out, and among other energies, but the sun must set to rise. The sun must set to rise, okay? This is the energy also with Pluto in Aquarius, and then we also have this sun in Sagittarius energy. There is this assessment of belief systems and this very freeing energy that is permeating throughout the collective, the earth, the universe, and other galaxies, okay? And then the other card that came out, which was really, really interesting, spaceships don't come equipped with rear view mirrors. They dip, no looking back, okay? And we've come too far to turn back now. There's something very, very important about not looking back, about leadership and movements forward that will never repeat again. We have fiery wings that are blazed with solar light, freedom, children of the sun, galactic healers, chosen ones, cosmic prophets, and earth angels. But yes, the song Paradise, it just kept coming into my head, and it brings me to the Pluto and Aquarius energy that is, I'm feeling it so powerfully, and I know that something big is coming. It's the beginning of everything, okay? And the Pluto in Aquarius energy, if you think about Pluto is all about transformation, okay? Pluto is about everything under the surface. It's about lessons and death, hidden factors, rebirth, it's not going to leave anything left to be swept under the moon, under anything. And it will not be diminished. Pluto will not be diminished. And Aquarius, of course, is Uranus energy. It's the energy of advancement, technology, accelerated advancement. Okay? This Pluto in Aquarius is bringing in a reflection of higher and more inclusive ideals. And we are all going to be in an energy of enduring and embracing change, okay? Again, signaling a phoenix moment. Of long-awaited, powerful innovations and change and freedom, free energy. And the free energy is not the energy that those who are in service of self would love to feel like they have access to, okay? This free energy is the energy that we're speaking about in terms of as we're moving okay, through this new terrain, this new energetic space, and creating and seeding Gaia and ascending. We're in preparation of an annihilation. We're in preparation of a separation, okay? Of a sorting. Of a sorting process, okay? So, this Pluto in Aquarius energy, for me, it's an exciting time because, again, like the sun, there is power. There is power being returned. This is the energy that I'm feeling. A resurgence of energy, of power. Again, Aquarius is an air sign. And this sign, this planet is going to be in this sign for 2 decades. Okay? There is a resurgence and a return of power. And this power and this energy has a lot to do with ascension, superpowers, healing abilities. And the biggest thing that I've been getting with this energy over this past week is there is water, okay? Water, the 4th dimension, the astral realm. Powerful work being done, connecting you to your dreams, connecting you to parallel dimensions, aspects of yourself, the Akasha, and the angels, star beings, star family, star council, your higher self. These energies are working with you in the astral, in the dream state, okay? So that's why when I started thinking about the song Paradise, when she was just a girl, she expected the world, but it flew away from her reach. So she ran away in her sleep and dreamed of paradise, 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 every time she closed her eyes. So that's the dream state. A lot of Neptunian energy. This is downloads, and this is healing. This is transformation. Life goes on, it gets so heavy, the wheel breaks the butterfly. Every tear, a waterfall. In the night, the stormy night, she closed her eyes. In the night, the stormy night, away she'd fly. Wow. So all the water, the stormy night, life goes on, it gets so heavy. That's Pluto in the Capricorn. And the wheel breaks the butterfly. It's the cycles. It's the cycles and the cycles and the cycles and the cycles that we are spiraling and ascending away from. As we move into 5D, we are already in the ascension cycle, and each and every one of you are 5D portals. But this new energy that I'm feeling is very pivotal, because change is breaking through like the floodgates opening. And these floodgates that are opening are similar to the flow, the support, the support that the earth angels and the light workers and healers and starseeds are receiving at this time. Now, I kept seeing the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse throughout several decks as I was shuffling and preparing for this energy. And for many, there could be lethargy, frustration. Many of you could be dealing with certain blocks, possibly feeling a little stagnant. But honestly, I don't really feel that. I feel like a lot of you are coming out of that because the energy feels so fire. It feels so fire, water, alchemy, you know, transmutation energy, violet key, ascension, plasma. That's what I'm getting. So, so much coming through. Trying to decipher it all. The Sun card also speaks about the inner child and healing. Also ancient, light, source connection, lineage. Okay? When she was just a girl, she expected the world, but it flew away from her reach, and the bullets catch in her teeth. Life goes on, it gets so heavy, the wheel breaks the butterfly. So the bullets catch in her teeth. This is warrior energy. This is warrior energy. And it feels so deep. It feels so ancient. Okay? So I feel like with the energy of Pluto and Capricorn finally transitioning, when you're dealing with outer planets and such extreme amounts of time, even when one planet shifts into another sign, you still have a little bit of residual. And there are still energies, okay, that want to be relevant, that want to uphold a story, an agenda. They want to be interesting. They want to be in control. And again, like I said, I feel it is ancient. Ancient, deep frustration, ancient, deep rivalry, okay? And it just goes back as far as like the Draco or Lyran wars, and then the Orion wars. Deep-seated betrayal and pain and trickery. Expecting the world, but it flew away from her reach, and the bullets catch in her teeth. Life goes on, it gets so heavy, the wheel breaks the butterfly. The wheel is time. It's the wheel within a wheel. It's Merkaba. It's light body. It's Jupiter. It's the wheel of fortune. Okay, which is 10. The sun is 10. There is a cycle here that is over. I also feel like the Empress energy, I think I said Queen of Pentacles, I meant to say Empress energy, that I kept seeing throughout the meditative session and pre-shuffle in reverse. To me, I just feel like it is the deep pain of cycles that have been repeated, and the infiltration of the matriarchy and the stripping of power, and the abuse of Gaia that is so deep. I just feel like there is this energy of sacrifice, of something, and again, duality as well. Time and duality. Time being stripped, time running out, time being annihilated, duality being annihilated. But things go back so deep. The angels and those in the higher realms, they don't see it the way we see it in terms of evil and good. I love to say love wins, that the love is winning. Love always wins, of course. But if you're looking at sides, that's just perpetuating the duality that we want to annihilate. There's a purpose for all, but there are certain aspects that have reached its totality. Its purpose has been served, and there's resistance to that. There's resistance to that. This ancient rivalry and deep-seated hatred, it goes back so far. So I feel like the Empress in reverse energy is speaking about even like Tiamat, okay? Tiamat, and she was the reptilian queen of Orion. And that's why we have to think of in terms of when we quote unquote label reptilians or draconians, and yes, majority of them are very malevolent, but as time as for millennium and for eons, and as time has moved on, and in certain time spaces, there's a purpose for it all, okay? Earth was gifted to Tiamat. She inherited Tiamat. That's what they called it then. From Tiamat to Ki to Terra to Earth. And it's the deep-seated, I feel like her energy is coming through, where it's like very heavy, okay? Like, it's royal bloodlines, and it's there's so much that has to be healed, that has been healed. She fought for her planet and sacrificed herself. Trying to restore it. And just like all of the rebel and the destruction that went along with that destruction, and how all of those remnants of those discarded pieces of he of Terra, of Earth, created the astral, the asteroid belt. It's just a cycle. These remnants mingled with the remnants of Maldek, Mars, when the Pleiadians had to destroy that planet. So, barely sentient souls lingering, trying to find spaces and places to inhabit. It's just so much pain and sacrifice, right? And Gaia is ready for this newness, for this healing, for these new levels of ascension. And we are here to honor her in that way. So, the wheel is the time cycle. It's also the spaceship. I'm hearing the Octurian spaceships have the best crafts. They even have these healing rooms, right? I feel like for some of you, again, with that Empress energy in reverse, there is healing. There is healing that's taking place. There is some sort of high-level technology, okay, that's being implemented. This is the energy that many of you are going to be embodying. This is the energy of Pluto and Aquarius. And this is perhaps part of the ascension process. Ascension symptoms, so that Empress in reverse energy could represent some of the ascension symptoms that many of you have been experiencing and could be beginning to experience even more so now. But whatever it is, it's a phoenix moment. It's arising, right? It's arising into the Christ grid of the sun. The wheel is no longer going to break the butterfly. The butterfly represents service of others. It represents the divine collective. It represents the children. And this deep-seated energy, past life energy, sun energy. As the sun, you are the father, the mother, and the child. It's deep-seated separation, violence, pain, betrayal. This energy of understanding. It's like strength energy, okay? Strength energy put right in between the Queen of Cups energy and say like the Ace of Wands or the Knight of Wands. That Knight of Wands wants to take action, wants to lead, wants to energetically and passionately share and move and protect and be very intuitively led. And the Queen of Cups wants to heal, lead with love, empathy, unconditional love, and freedom to heal and to inspire through the action of open heart space energy. But the strength in the middle, it's saying, yes, are you going to embody the wild, untamed lion, or are you going to embody the domesticated cat, where it's controlled within a container? But in order to move into this new energy that we are moving into, you have to do both. You have to straddle the lion as the Queen of Cups and embody your efforts like the Knight of Wands, holding the Ace of Wands, right? So it's like, the point I'm getting to here is that there is a healing of the divine feminine supported by all of creation, supported by the divine masculine. And this energy here is speaking about healing deep wounds, or being in a space where deep wounds are being healed or have been healed. And these deep wounds go back as far as the Draco Lion Wars, where you have these reptilian, draconian beings that had their eye out on the Lyran civilization. Misunderstood race, full of abundance, and they intentionally planned to come in, kill, steal, and destroy, to come in and to learn and take advantage of the Lyran beings. Some of you could be Lyran starseeds, or really, many of us probably have some of that DNA. But these beings were open, completely open, like I was explaining to you, like the Queen of Cups, okay? Prepared to passionately open their heart, straddling the fence of the lion and the domesticated cat, more so the domesticated cat. You know, I'm sure there were councils about these new beings that came on, and I'm sure there was warnings and like, oh no, we shouldn't trust these. And then there was some who were like, no, we are love, we are open, we are going to share what we have, what we know, and have a space for all. Come learn our ways, come explore our beautiful lands, come and learn from us. Let us share with you in abundance all that we have. And these beings knew from the beginning what they were going to do and saw them as prey, right? Took advantage and created scars and trauma that reverberated through space and time and created this duality, this weariness. And also in the rampage spurned on this lust for the psychic, pure energy of the pure, of the light, of the stars. The adrenaline, right? The loosh, if you will, targeted these ancient, patal, temples created by the heavens, slaughtered priests and priestesses. And therefore, this wheel that breaks the butterfly has continued to turn and turn and crush the wings of the butterfly. And as millennia and millions of years go on, and we fast forward into even the Orion Wars, where at this point we had different species, fleeing to other star systems, Sirius, Pleiadians, and of course, interbreeding and all of these things led to other specific things we're going to get into. But the point I'm trying to make here is that if we move forward into even the time of the Cabal and, the fall of Rome, and then even when the indigenous people were planted and seated on this earth in the West. Once again, these cycles repeat, right? Of how a group of beings come in and take advantage of the light, take advantage of pure love, take advantage of grace, come in, kill, steal, and destroy, and control, and dominate. And that is the energy of this balance of power that we're in right now. This lion being in between the fire and the water. And these certain energies not wanting to surrender, not wanting to be wiped out. Because at this point in evolution, and at the end of this time cycle, we're at the end of a time cycle, and we're on this ascension wave. And there are so many people ascending right now that, yes, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron would definitely say, it's not about winning. Yes, you've already won. Love always wins. That's what it's always about. But everything serves a purpose. When we move to higher realms, here in this realm, yes, there's evil, there's evildoers, and there's all kinds of quote-unquote evildoers and things of that nature, ill will. But it's for as we're multidimensional beings living this human experience, we have to find ways to because of duality, to have these labels so that we can make sense of it, okay? But in the higher realms, they will say that it served its purpose. It has served its purpose. And we're at a space in time where these quote-unquote evil beings, these archons, the cabal, these energies, they're no longer needed. Okay? And they're dying out. They've died out with the Pluto and Aquarius and the Pluto and Capricorn energy. And that's where we are now. And again, it's a sacrificial energy, right? And that brings us like back to the black golden child. Nothing to do with race, okay? It has everything to do with the gold, has everything to do with alchemy, okay? The ability to transmute darkness, and through transmutation, finding the gold, finding the light. There is energy, yes, definitely, of sacrifice. And that's why this deep kind of Empress and reverse energy hit my chest. It was like a deep rooted pain, or a deep rooted like that kind of energy, right? Even like of the earth, like the tones will help you ground. That's the energy, but it's more like a roar. It's like Tiamat saying, like, I gave everything for my earth, okay? And there's something also about the moon, as well. They say the moon was a gift too to Tiamat, and in terms of the satellite for Earth. But the moon is the water, okay? And we're gonna bring things back a little bit, okay? But this is what I'm saying. There's so much that has been healed, that is continuing to heal. It's healing power, and it's also this energy of dream state. There's a telepathic energy. There's a strong energy of air. Like I keep telling everybody, we are in the age of Aquarius, but the age of Pisces, it's still phasing its way out. The phase of I believe, we're moving into I know, we're moving into this energy of accelerated advancement in all things, and especially in an accelerated speed, lightning speed, super abilities coming online. The ascension cycle is speeding up, and so is time. Okay? The ascension cycle is speeding up, and so is time. And the wheel has been turning, but there has been cycles on repeat, on repeat, on repeat. Wow, I can't make it up. The wheel is turning, but there has been cycles on repeat and repeat and repeat. I have to do something about this glare. Okay. Yeah, the wheel is spinning, but there have been cycles and cycles on repeat. But something is shifting in the energy now. It's like the wheel, it will never stop. But once we are in this 5D energy, there will be no more time, right? It'll be time, space, not time and space. So it's like the wheel just expands. The wheel just expands. And there's freedom here. there's freedom here in this space. And I'm hearing Tiamat coming through again. That freedom and what is yours will always be. You are all that is and all that will be. That the same way she sacrificed and took her last, let her soul be free, while simultaneously saving her beloved Gaia. That is the same energy that will be for thee. So there's an expansion of love, an expansion of healing for Gaia. It's what I set my soul free for, is what she's saying. So there's a freedom. No longer will the wheel break the butterfly. In the beginning of the reading, I was saying something about, I was saying the meditative session pre-shuffle, and something about predatory came through. There is something here also that is breaking misconceptions. Like, even after the destruction of the Lyrans and all of the bloodshed of the feminine energies, even the royal lineage of the Lyrans had no way out. Apparently, there are a lot of feline, feminine Lyrans that were sacrificing themselves for the greater good of their lineage, of their land, to keep the chiefs or the leaders free. There's also something, again, Tiamat is the reptilian queen of Orion. There's so many misconceptions, right? Not all Orions are malevolent or have an evil agenda. Like the angels say, from a higher perspective, it's no right or wrong. There are some star beings that just have an agenda to fulfill, but it's for a greater good of a whole galaxy or something like that. Yes, there are many malevolent. There were many malevolent Orions, but there are many, many, many that are not. There are even, especially even during the Orion and the Lyran Wars, there were some reptilian and draconian groups who were benevolent and who were absolutely against the terror that was reigning. And there were some that were directly responsible for a select group of liar and royals that were able to escape. So, understanding that there is something here really deep about lineage, inheritance, bloodlines, okay? And it runs much deeper than we would think. It's about your heart and the journey within. That's why right now, as we're moving through the end of this strength year, an 8-year strength year, where we have had to be strong with the opposing polarities that are permeating through the earth right now. But 2025, which is a 9-year, it's the time of darkness and light. It's the time that there's going to be many dark nights of the soul, many awakenings. It's like the gateway, portal, closing end of the world as we know it, 2025. It is the time to absolutely, the final hour of choosing. And it doesn't matter how much ancient beef you have or how much of what you have within you. The only thing that matters is, are you willing to go within? Are you willing to face it all? And that's where we are now. There are some energies that are not willing to face anything. They are not willing to do the work of their bloodlines, healing and breaking curses and elevating and carrying the torch. And wearing the crown. And these energies are desperate. There's a desperate energy. There's a deep ancient beef of wanting to be relevant, of wanting to still serve a purpose, of time running out. The gates and the portals are closing. There is no more jump gates, okay, which really have no abilities to travel interdimensionally. They're just one-dimensional. Their energy is trying to escape, their energy is trying to jump bodies, their energy is trying to siphon, energy harvest, and do all of these things to be relevant, to stay. But they know that they cannot. It's the end. 2025 is going to show many exactly what that end means. And it all begins with Pluto in Aquarius. And it will definitely continue to push the limits of the end in 2026, because 2026 is the end. It's the wheel that we're talking about. It's the wheel of fortune. It's the wheel. It's the end of the cycle. It's the expansion of love. And it's the beginning of new leadership. Between 2025 and 2026, 2025 and 2027 is going to be the period of planting and seeding Gaia. It's going to be the time of dominion and inheritance and new leadership. And that all starts with the cathartic unions and reunions of star family, of the twin flames, the twin flame unions of all unions. These are the energies that she's saying that in some way mimic the energy of the union of nations after the Rhine Wars, where those, again, there were some malevolent draconians. They suffered the same fate as the Lyrans, from the hands of the draconians and the reptilians, the malevolent ones. But some lion royals escaped. There were groups that were able to move forward and move on to like Sirius and Arcturus, and that's how the Galactic Federation was formed, and on and on and on and on. But the Syrian solution, right, was for there to be this, because of course after the Draconian Lyran Wars, we had for thousands and thousands of years, maybe even millions, through evolution, we had Draconian, Grey, Reptilian, Atlantean mixed beings, and then we had, of course, our, Lyran and Greys, and just all these different hybrid races of beings, and therefore there was a lot of turmoil and confusion. Prejudices, and is again the wheel and the cycle. That's what we are. It's been going on and on and on for millennia, and we find ourselves here because we're breaking those cycles. The wheel is lighting up, and it's no longer turning and breaking the butterfly. It's expanding in space time, right? Moving out of the world almost. That lesson has been learned finally, and that's where this raising of the frequency and these energies that date back to the malevolent draconians and reptilians and the ones that are still here since the Cabal and the fall of Rome and the colonization of America and all of these things, the wars, it's all the beginning of the end. It's the end of the world as we know it, and it's the beginning of a space that we've never known, but we are absolutely ready for. So there was a lot of war and a lot of turmoil and even prejudices, so imagine if there are some benevolent draconians or reptilians who went along for the agenda of the malevolent draconians. They even helped groups of Lyran royals escape and, whatever. These draconians and reptilians were targeted also by the malevolent draconians, and they needed to flee as well. They needed to run and flee. And so that's how we have mixtures of draconian and reptilian and Lyran and Atlantean beings. And imagine if you are Lyran and, you know, watched your whole civilization get destroyed by draconians, and you see a benevolent draconian or reptilian, there's going to be issues, you know, because that's just the nature of the beast. That's the nature of how it goes. So the Syrian solution was to find a way to blend, alchemize, and to blend to create some sort of peace. It didn't work out the way that they wanted it to, but for millions of years, or at least thousands, okay, don't quote me on these, you know, time frames, but at the end of the day, all we have is now anyway. There really is no time, just one big continuum. But it didn't work out the way that they wanted it to in terms of the peace, kind of. But it did, for a period of time, work, and there was more of a understanding and a working together. And again, this is leading me to Tiamat. She's coming through a lot. Tiamat and Tiberian. Okay, Tiamat was the reptilian queen of Orion, and Tiberian was the Lyran prince, okay, from the Federation. And I'm not sure, he had some other races blended in, I'm sure, as well, but this union, okay, was the union that bridged the nations, and it was the Syrian solution, and that is where we are now, okay? This energy, and this is why I felt so emotional. It's like Tiamat was like, I sacrificed everything. My daughter, my son, my earth, and I'll do it again and again and again to protect what is mine, what is ours, okay? And yes, I know when it comes down to it, even that union, the Anak Empire and the, you know, that turned into the Anunnaki royals, and that led to 13 royal bloodlines and the Cabal and all of that. But again, some of us are light beings, angelic, earth angels, angelic beings, and we really probably started incarnating onto the earth well after the Great Flood and all of that, you know. So at the end of the day, either way, there is so much of a mixture. There's so much, again, reptilian, draconian, Lyran. It's powerful, okay? But everything is cycles within cycles and cycles, and wheels within wheels within wheels, and it's leading us to here, right? You saw the Wheel of Fortune come out again. This, again, the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter, and that is Sagittarius energy. So I feel like this energy that we're in now, I feel like something big is coming. Gifts are being heightened. Cycles are closing out. Aquarius is the star. It is the healing light. It is the dawn of a new day. It is the light, the stars that guide you through the darkness, through the shadows. It is the North Node. It is where we're going. It's where we're headed. And the Tiamat energy was speaking of how right now, this is the target. This is the target. right now that we all are experiencing this jealous rage, this frustration, this inability to die, this inability to face oneself, this inability to be of service of others, to let love lead, to hang on to the reins of control. As we're moving into 2025 and through 2026, it's going to be very, very apparent the energies that are blatant opposition to the ascension of Gaia, which is very important to the whole universe. And these energies right now are getting hit by your ancestors, your guides, the councils are in an uproar. There's a lot of discussion. It's all about you and your role and your destiny and ultimate fate. They want to destroy this new Syrian solution that has already been enacted. This plan is already enacted. There are unions coming together. I'm not one that's really big on talking about love, and yes, because I do feel like, yes, twin flame unions are rare. I like to speak about the fact that your twin flame can definitely be you coming into union with yourself, with the universe. Your purpose. But twin flames are real. And many of you have had twin flame connections where there was a connection with karmic energies that were connected to your twin flame, where you were all connected in past lives. And this energy, for many of you, ancient souls, goes deep. Goes deep like some of the energies I've been talking about throughout this message thus far, which is why I'm going so deep into this energy, because I'm only on the payroll here. I just only can speak about what is important. We're moving into the new Lemuria. We're moving into the new earth. These energies have had so much past life karma connected with you and your twin flame for millennia. This lifetime was the lifetime for you to do the divine work with your twin flame. The karmic energies that were connected to you and your twin flame. And again, this lifetime, these energies could play out as mothers, sisters, brothers, aunts, lovers, karmic lovers. But in a past life, they could have been lovers. They could have been anything. They could have been on opposing sides of the ancient wars. But this lifetime, you and your twin flame were supposed to connect. And you did. It's rare, but you did. But many of your twin flames got sucked into the karma. Many were sacrificed before they were even born. And this is a result of lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime incarnating into families into energies that followed them, and they weren't strong enough to break the karmic cycle, or they were incarnating in because of selling their soul throughout multiple lifetimes in a certain bloodline that is doomed. There's been opportunity after opportunity to try and heal the karma, the generational curses put on a bloodline. But for some reason, some of your twin flames, whether it's a mother or a lover or whichever, how it flips, this lifetime what they are to that energy, or last lifetime or several lifetimes what they were to this individual, somewhere along the line, this individual fell very low. This lifetime, you were the black golden child. Yes, you are the sacrifice. You are the karma. You are the healing. You are the earth angel. And you were a sacrifice. Your star family knew this mission was hard and it was very difficult. And they knew that you could do it. But you being here on this earth doing this divine work, it's a sacrifice to them. They sacrificed you. You sacrificed yourself. But this lifetime, your light was the light that would bring that divine masculine or divine feminine out of the loop, out of their karma, and into divine union and freedom. But the energies connected to that dissolved twin flame contract were adamant because it's ancient. They saw your wings before your twin flame saw your wings. And they were adamant, diabolical about preventing that union. And they won, okay? Because for many of you, your twin flame has been dissolved, erased, eradicated from your contract, and many of your ancient souls. So there are many. You have many parts of your oversoul. And there's a new contract coming in, okay? Very bold, very dynamic, very beautiful, extremely powerful light being coming in to meet you where you are, to do this divine work. So these karmic energies on both sides, they think that they've won, but they have not. They serve their purpose. It's all divine order. And we move. We seed the planet. They think that they have won something by continuing to hold on to the energy of their karmic relationship, thinking that they've won something by keeping someone from you, when all it did was spark, ignite, and soar you in to the stars, into your north node. And you're still the guiding light for that being that has been dissolved from your contract. Because there are divine masculines and divine feminines out there who have done heinous crimes, the darkness of the dark, They have been sacrificed before they were born. They sold their soul in multiple lifetimes. They are attached to succubus, incubus mothers and lovers and cults and groups. You have a lot of attention on you. These Eastern Stars, these Masons, these covens, very low ranking covens, of course, but they are out there. You are the talk of the world, of your community, of the galaxy. Okay? But even though you have a powerful twin flame, yes, twin flame connection coming in, cathartic reunion and unions, the union of nations, of worlds, it's bloodlines, royal bloodlines here on the earth right now that dates back to the Patal and to the Blue Avians, through the Lyrans, yes, the Draconians, the Reptilians. Some of you are, many of us do, have that royal reptilian blood of Queen Tiamat, of Orion, Atlantean. There is a new Syrian solution that's being discussed by the council that's bringing in a particular twin flame union that's going to be the spark or reunion that's going to be the spark of all unions here on Gaia as we're ascending higher into the new earth, and Gaia is permeating this new healing energy. And yes, you have these new twin flame unions coming in, but your light, your earth angel 9 ether light is still healing these energies that these karmic relationships are holding on to. They may have stopped a particular union, but they haven't stopped some of these energies. This is the year of awakening. This is the time. This is the final hour. And your light is awakening these disintegrated twin flame unions, these energies that have went rogue. They may not be partnering up with you, but they will be doing the work on self, being of service to others, and they will be moving into the energy of their North Node and doing the healing work to move toward divine union within themselves, union with the universe. They are releasing their demons, and they are taking on the energy of the light. And some of them will be moving into soulmate contracts or divine twin flame contracts as well. So these energies haven't stopped anything. They only help to exasperate, to accelerate this ascension process. That's all that they've done. And some of these energies, they may feel, some of them are your twin flames that have been disintegrated and dissolved from your contract. It just could be, again, family members or random individuals, but they may feel like there's no coming back from how far I've been, how deep in the hell realms I've sank. There's no coming back, but there is. You never question the power of love and the power of the Great Mother and the Most High creation. There is a plan And there is use for all when you surrender and die in the right way, especially in the last hour. There is use for you. And these energies are coming into understanding. And it's beautiful. Okay? But that being said, if you guys are still here with me, okay? If you are still here with me, I knew this was going to be a long one. Then you are amazing. You are amazing. You are the GOAT. Okay? You are absolutely divine. And you are an earth angel. And you are a divine being of light. Okay? And I'm truly grateful. I'm truly grateful to be here with all of you, to be able to be on my mission and to serve you and to serve myself and to help raise the collective consciousness, okay? And tap into the universal, the collective unconscious. And that's what my purpose is. I'm here to spark. I'm here to ignite, to confirm what it is that you know on a deep level. And I commend readers who, I guess it's my Sagittarius Sun, Scorpio rising, where I tend to be very deep, okay? I tend to be very deep. My Uranus placements are in are in deep water. And my Jupiter placements are in deep water, okay? Ruled by Mercury. So I tend to be very deep. And even when I try to be intentional and be very detailed about things, I can be. Yes, I can be very detailed about certain things because I do have an earth trine that includes Mercury and blah, blah, blah. But because I have a stellium in Sagittarius, I can be very expansive. I can be very big picture, very visionary, focused on the higher ideals and the different higher belief systems and all of these things. But then having my chart ruled by, because I'm a Scorpio rising, by Pluto, by Mars, and by Jupiter, I tend to really go really, really high and then go really, really deep. Okay, so there's really sometimes no in between. Even when I try to be intentional and I'm going to do this, this, and that, it just never works out. It always goes much deeper, much higher. My mind is always calling out to so many different things. Sometimes I can get overwhelmed in readings because it's like, okay, there's so much coming through. There's so much that I want to say. Sometimes after even doing like a 2 or 3, 4 hour reading, I can feel empty because I feel like, oh my gosh, I needed to say that. I should have said that. And sometimes I get lost in time because I don't really know what I'm saying. I just, I have to watch the reading back because the reading is for you and it's for myself. So I thank you all for allowing me to be on my mission, to be on my purpose, and to be helping souls ascend in my own way, in any small way. Is the most divine and beautiful thing to my soul ever. That being said, we are in it, okay? The sun is in Sagittarius, and the moon is in Libra, and Mercury retrograde starts today in the sign of Sagittarius, okay? And to salute the Mercury retrograde, it's so interesting because I did a reading yesterday. It was quite a long reading, actually, and the way that it is, I usually feel the energies before the transit, and a whole close to 4 hour reading got deleted out of everything. All files just gone, okay? But I got really off track there, but I guess I was just trying to say thank you for allowing me to be here and If you're still here, then you are golden. You are absolutely golden. And I'm going to be bringing this prelude in very shortly here. But the point I want to make here about these unions is that this is the target right now. Okay? The target is these very powerful unions that are here. They're here and it's now. Okay? Now, whether it's cults, whether it's groups, whether it's covens, whether it's very personal, and whether it's collective, that's the target as of now. Okay? One, to keep souls from being awakening, because these energies, okay, they want to still be relevant and interesting. They, even on individual levels, the same way you have energies connected to dissolved twin flame contracts that you have long since moved on from and are in your north node, a whole earth angel here, chosen, doing the divine work on self, a whole light warrior out here. These energies, and even your own karmic family, okay, these energies are ramping up. Some of them intentionally know what they're doing, some of them are just being used. But there are specific energies here that, for instance, if you're a twin flame that you are no longer connected to or dissolved from, they are focused on you because they are healing. They are seeing the earth angel in you. They're seeing the light in you. And that light is helping some, not all, because there are some energies that are connected to you, whether it's through a twin flame connection or karmic connections, they have not healed. They may be going through a dark night of the soul, but they are not healing. Some of them are resisting dark nights of the soul. They are absolutely demonic and possessed and are actively doing dark magic and everything possible to take you down, to stop you on your path, to block, to strip, to bind, anything possible, okay, to hang on. But there are some who are absolutely connected to karmic energies that destroyed them, interfering in your twin flame connection, with them thinking that they were part of something, because they were being controlled. It was too late because they were engrossed in something. It took them hitting rock bottom, being in karma, to see the truth. Okay? Their karmic relationship, mother, sister, brother, aunt, lover, whatever, were absolutely invested in keeping this individual trapped, stuck, lost, and most definitely away from you, and actually attacking you in many cases. These energies some have woken up to the truth about how they were never in control, how they were just a pawn in a larger game of their coven, of their cult, of their group, whatever. And these energies are actually being inspired by you and healing. And this has these karmic energies so frustrated, actually beyond delusional, enraged, and moon cycle after moon cycle after moon cycle after moon cycle, being more and more frustrated and more jealous and bothered by who you truly are, how royal and how angelic and how chosen you truly are. That they can't defeat you. They can't bring you down. They can't unalive you, kill you, destroy you. Because you are death. You are the karma. You are the truth. You are the light. You are the work in progress and the masterpiece. You are all that is, because you are a part of that. You are all that was and all that will be. You are connected to creation, to source. And they are obsessed with your light. Okay? And they're obsessed over the fact that someone that they are connected to is also drawn to your light. These energies have been obsessed with your light in the past because they didn't understand it. They were attacking you. They were, quote unquote, loving you. They were interfering in your life, in your connections, in your path. But now some of these energies, through that trial and error, so to speak, and through their own karma, some of them have finally seen the light for what it is. And the karmics that they are connected to are hell-bent on infiltrating, interfering, and stopping. And now it's gone beyond the energy that they're connected to. Okay? They still want to keep these karmic energies that they're connected to, that have been separated from you. They want to keep them down. They want to keep them bound. They want to keep them stuck. They want to pull them back into karma. They want to keep them from healing their bloodlines because they want to keep this going. They want to be relevant. They want to just do it the easy way. They want to cheat. They want to steal. They want to jump timelines. They want to take your light. They want to do it the way they've always done it. When something goes wrong in their life, when they lose they can't pay their rent, or when they are angry, or when they want a new love connection, or when they get a cold, they resort right back to the misuse of spiritual law and manipulation of energy, and the manipulation of free will and control tactics to get what they want. Okay, so these energies believe that sacrificing children, taking away free will, killing people, yes, unaliving people, interfering with people's mind and family and loved ones is the answer. That's worth a few pennies, a few coins to pay their bills. And at the end of the day, these karmic energies, they still don't have their man, their woman, their son, their daughter, whatever it is that they are fighting to control and to keep grasps on. They still don't have any wealth. They still don't have a home. Some of them are homeless. Some of them are sick. Some of them are on their deathbed, still vowing to take you down because it's ancient, because it's deep. It's deep rooted. So there's a new solution here, and it's starting with these twin flame connections. And it's not all twin flame connections. A lot of it also is, again, leaders seeding the new earth. And that's the energy that we're going to be in until 2026. Okay? 2026 is a justice year. It's the year of the portals. It's the year of the transition. It's not going to be, of course, the end of the world. Okay? It's still going to be life going on as we know it. But energetically, it's a shift. Definitely in terms of choosing a side, that's done. That's done. Justice will be moving throughout the lands and the universe by 2027 for sure. And then 2027 is a justice year, 11 year. By 2027, many of these unions will be solidified because it's an 11 year. It's two coming together. By 2028, which is going to be the 12 year, it's the hangman year. That's going to be the year of the sacrifice. That's going to be the year of the epiphany. That's going to be the year of everything hanging in the balance. Okay? But right now we're here with this energy of the Pluto in Aquarius. Okay? We know what the target is. We know what they want. And we know that they have failed many, many, many moons over. New moon, full moon, new moon, full moon. Attacks targeted against the chosen ones. Attacks targeted against the earth angels. And you're still here. And you're still doing the divine work. And you're still awakening souls. And you're still helping souls ascend. And you're still ascending. And you're still doing the work on self. Spaceships don't come equipped with rearview mirrors. They dip. No looking back. We've come too far to turn back. We are the children of the sun. We are the field of sunflowers waiting for the shower, the water, and the fire, and the power. All the king's horses and all the king's men charging through the field, trampling the sunflowers again. But it's not an egg, it's all the horses and their men that fall, never to be put back together again. The sunflowers rise. To the great central sun, seeding new earth. Now has begun. Pluto moving into Aquarius, Uranus moving into Gemini. Lots of telepathy, lots of energy, lots of movement, lots of messages, lots of communication. Communication, communication, communication. Royal energy here with the sun. Again, 19 reduces to 10. It's all about you. Fiery wings illuminate. Crowns placed upon heads. Intense passion of words unsaid. Wow. So back to Pluto and Aquarius and this energy of something big happening. Something huge is happening and it's taking place in your dreams, right? Like the song says, paradise. When she was just a girl, she expected the world, but it flew away from her reach. So she ran away in her sleep and dreamed of paradise. When she was just a girl, she expected the world, but it flew away from her reach, and the bullets catch in her teeth. And the bullets catch in her teeth. Life goes on, it gets so heavy. The wheel breaks the butterfly. Every tear a waterfall. Every tear a waterfall. She ran away in her sleep. She dreams of paradise every time she closes her eyes. Every tear a waterfall. So much water. So much water. In the night, the stormy night, she closes her eyes. In the night, the stormy night, away she'd fly and dream of paradise, paradise, paradise. Every time she closes her eyes. The tower and the sun. So lying underneath those stormy skies, she said, I know the sun must set to rise. The sun must set to rise. The sun came out twice here with the tower. It's divine intervention, okay? Don't look back. Spaceships don't come equipped with rear view mirrors. They did no looking back. We're moving into the Arcturus gate. Healing chambers. The house of cards is falling down. And so is the false crown. So hard to see. House of cards is falling down, and so is the false crown. Because at 0 point of Aquarius, at 0 point, Pluto in Aquarius is the crowning of the true royals. It's the birthing of the new. No longer, there will be no ability. There will be no ability to hide. There will be no ability to infiltrate the true nobility. Okay, because I kept saying there will be no ability, no ability, no ability. I keep hearing nobility. There will be no ability to infiltrate the nobility. Okay? Again, there is something about an ancient bloodline that no longer serves a purpose. Something's being wiped out. And there's also something about, in the 3D, how there's karmic energy that does not want someone to actually heal their bloodline because they want it to keep going. But again, there's a whole bloodline that's being taken out, that's no longer needed, that is being eradicated or something. With this tower, it's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the games. It's the end of the illusion. And you will be seeing this play out in many different facets with this Pluto and Aquarius energy. Again, it's the 0 point. It's the very, very beginning of this energy. When you have signs that are outer planets, it takes a while for the energies to pick up. But this is what's happening. There's divine intervention. There is some sort of new construction. And new opportunity, everything's being stripped for all to see. There will be no ability to infiltrate the true nobility. There will be no ability to hide. And there will be no ability to coerce lightworker starseeds to turn the car around, to turn the ship around. You can't turn it around if you wanted to anyway. So yeah, that's what that is. No ability. Wow, before we get into this, finally get into this reading, so interesting because, again, I told you guys just yesterday, a whole reading, I mean, several hours got deleted, but they were like, you need to do something here. This energy has to get out because it's huge, it's big, and I'm hoping that you guys can get what you need out of this message. We're going to see what energies are actually coming through that connect with these new powerful energies. Sun in Sagittarius, the new moon in Sagittarius is coming up, and Pluto in Aquarius. Okay, so I am getting this lightness, this free energy. Like I said, Pluto in Aquarius is, again, that, free energy in this phoenix rising into the sun kind of energy, a phoenix moment. Before we get into that, I want to touch on this paradise energy, right? The paradise energy is so fascinating to me because it's speaking about a lot of dreaming. When she falls asleep, she dreams of paradise. When she closes her eyes, she dreams of paradise. When she was a girl, she expected the world. So it flew out of her reach. She ran away in her sleep. Her sleep, her dreams, paradise, paradise. So that's leading me into this energy of the tower, right? All of the air energy. You guys have probably been getting very vivid dreams. I'm getting a lot of Neptune energy coming through here. Obviously the moon, okay, speaks of dreams. The moon speaks of repressed emotions. It speaks of heightened emotions. It speaks of delusions, illusions. It speaks of subconscious memory. It speaks of other realms, unconscious thoughts, emotions. It's number 18, reduces to 9. So it's also speaking about breaking through illusions, accessing the emotional body, connection through silence. Imagine being in the deepest parts of the ocean. How silent it is, right? So when I think of this paradise energy, this dream state, whether it's dream state, whether it's meditations, okay, they're saying with this energy that we're feeling for the Pluto and Aquarius energy, it's like your guides, your higher self, you're ascending and you're being reached from within. Some of you have been on the journey for years, for decades. Some are just new to the journey. Either way, Gaia's already ascended. There's hot spots of 5D all over. And those of us who went through the dark night of the soul and who went through ascension before this period, it was all encompassing. It was tough. It was, when people, these karmics, they see you and they see you balanced. They see that you are doing everything you can to help others, and they have this jealousy and envy for what, I don't know. They think that it's easy. They think that to be an earth angel or to be someone who's chosen to do this divine work, that your life path, your contract, and you chose it, was difficult. Most of you, from the moment that you incarnated here. You've been surveilled. You've been targeted. You have a karmic family that's been targeting you since the day you were born. You have been through so much. And you had to be beat down. You chose that path because you were born to do this. And this is, now is the time to be alive. This is what you came here for. This is what you chose. And this lifetime, it was going to happen. And it wasn't easy. Your ego is very powerful. If you are a chosen one, if you are a starseed, if you are an earth angel, trust me, your ego, at some point, you were karmic. You had lessons to learn. Some deeper, more innate than others, but when you knew, you knew. When you found out the truth, you knew. Something brought you to your knees and you surrendered. And it may not have been the very first time, but whatever brought you there, whether it was trauma, whether it was just through learning, whether it was just through a near-death experience, whether it was through a twin flame connection, whatever the reason, you knew the assignment and you got to work. And that work, it's been never ending. More shadow work? Yes, please, right? It's not easy at all. You just make it look easy because you're strong, because you were born for this, because your soul is ancient. And some of these karmics are just finding that out about you. Right? Through all the dark magic they try to do to you, trying to unalive you, kill you, take you out. Through all the money they spent paying other dark spiritualists to do that to you as well. And you don't have to do anything. Most of you don't even do anything. You're just a powerful transmuter of energy. You are a powerful alchemist. You take what comes at you and you turn it into gold. Because you've been doing it for many, many, many millennia. And you're starting to remember who you are. So again, some of you are new. Some of you have been on this journey for a long time. So you are doing the work. Whether you are a reader or a light worker or a Reiki healer or you do work at Starbucks, or whether you work as a doctor or a lawyer, or you maybe work as a teacher, or you work with children, or you work in a daycare center. It doesn't matter what you do. You're a stay-at-home mom. You are an earth angel. You are a galactic healer. You are the one that was in your bloodline to shift and to change and to break generational curses. And you were the sacrifice. You were a sacrifice to your star family because they knew what type of contract you were in here for. Okay? They knew you could do it. But anyway, no matter where you are or what you're doing, you are that 5D hotspot. Okay? And because many of us had to take that very hard dark night of the soul and tower after tower and ascension journey the way we did it, because we're breaking the generational curses and it was new to us. We didn't fold, because of what we did. We are creating these 5D hotspots, and it's easier. It's a lot easier right now for souls to wake up, to ascend,